If cleaning your entire house feels overwhelming, and you would rather curl up with a good book or enjoy your afternoon tea instead, I completely understand. You are not lazy, and you are not alone. Life changes as we get older, and so does our energy. The truth is, keeping a tidy home does not have to take hours or drain your strength. Today, I am going to share 7 of the easiest ways to declutter without getting tired. These are gentle, realistic methods that work even if you have limited time, limited energy, or simply do not know where to start. And yes, one of them is my personal favorite, the 5-5-5 rule. It is so simple and surprisingly powerful that you can start today even right after watching this video. By the end, you will see that a clean and comfortable home is possible without stress, without exhaustion, and without giving up the things you love. Finding peace before you start. Many women our age tell me they walk into their kitchen or living room and instantly feel tired, not because they do not care, but because the clutter has slowly built up over time. A stack of magazines here, some unopened mail there, a chair covered in clothes. It all adds up. My friend Linda, who is 68, once told me, "I do not even know where to start anymore." And I understand. When you think you have to clean everything at once, it feels impossible. We are not in the stage of life where we can spend all day scrubbing and sorting. Our energy is precious now, and that is okay. You know, a tidy home is not about perfection. It is about peace of mind and making daily life easier. Clutter is not just physical. It weighs on your spirit. The good news? You can change that with small, gentle steps. And that is where my favorite method comes in, the 5-5-5 rule. It is simple, light, and works for anyone at any age. Tip number 1, the 5-5-5 rule. This is my favorite method, and it is the one I use when I feel completely stuck. I call it the 5-5-5 rule. The beauty of it is that it is so simple it feels almost too easy. But trust me, it works. Here is how it goes. First, you set a timer for 5 minutes. That is it. Not half an hour, not all afternoon, just 5 minutes. Why 5? Because anyone can give themselves 5 minutes, even on a busy or low-energy day. You could even do it while waiting for the tea kettle to boil, or while the laundry is in the dryer. Second, you choose 5 items. That means you look around the room you are in and find 5 things that either do not belong there, that you no longer use, or that you are ready to give away. It might be an empty water bottle on the coffee table, yesterday's newspaper, a scarf you never wear, a jar that should be in the kitchen, or a book you have already finished. The point is to keep the number small so you do not feel overwhelmed. Third, you focus on 5 spots. By spots, I mean small contained areas. This could be the top of your nightstand, one shelf on your bookcase, a corner of your kitchen counter, the coffee table, or even the seat of that chair that always ends up as a clothes rack. You are not trying to tackle the whole room. You are simply giving attention to 5 little areas and bringing them back to order. Now, here is why this works so well. When you set a short time limit, you take away the mental pressure of a huge project. You know you will be done in just a few minutes. When you choose a small number of items, you avoid decision fatigue, the stress that comes from having to make too many choices at once. And when you work on small spots, you get to enjoy quick wins that make you feel successful right away. Those little victories give you the motivation to keep going tomorrow. I have seen this method transform the way women think about their homes. My friend Linda, the one I mentioned earlier, tried it for the first time on her kitchen counter. She told me she was shocked at how 5 minutes turned into a cleaner counter and a lighter mood. She said, "I actually wanted to keep going because it felt so good, but I stopped. I wanted to save some energy for tomorrow." That is the power of this rule. It is not about exhausting yourself. It is about creating a rhythm that you can keep up with. One more thing I love about the 5-5-5 rule is that it fits into real life. You can do it once in the morning and once in the evening, or only on the days when you feel up to it. You can even make it a shared activity with a friend over the phone. You both set a timer, do your 5-5-5, and then check in with each other to share what you cleared. It makes the process more fun and gives you a sense of connection. So here is my challenge to you. After you finish this video, set your timer for 5 minutes. Pick 5 items. Choose 5 spots. Then come back and tell me how you felt afterwards. You might be surprised at how much lighter your home and your heart feels. And remember, you do not have to do everything at once. You just have to start one small step at a time. Tip number 2, 1 drawer a day. One of the biggest reasons we put off decluttering is that it feels like a never-ending job. You look at a whole room, and the thought of tackling it all at once can be so overwhelming that you do not even start. That is why the 1 drawer a day method has been such a game changer for me and for so many women I know. Here is the beauty of it. You're not trying to do everything at once. You're simply choosing one small space, just 1 drawer, and giving it your attention for the day. That is it. It could be the infamous junk drawer in the kitchen, stuffed with old batteries, rubber bands, takeout menus, and pens that no longer work. It could be the top drawer of your nightstand, where half-used lotions, outdated receipts, and random hair clips have been hiding for months. It could be the desk drawer in your home office filled with papers you have not touched in years. When you choose 1 drawer, you create a clear beginning and a clear end. You know exactly when you're done, and that makes it so much easier to get started. And here is something important. When you finish that 1 drawer, you feel successful. That feeling builds momentum, and momentum is what makes progress possible. Here is how I do it. I open the drawer and take everything out. I quickly wipe the inside so it feels fresh. Then I go through each item one at a time and ask myself 3 questions. Do I use it? Do I love it? Do I truly need it? If the answer is no, it goes into one of 2 piles, donate or trash. If it is something I want to keep, I place it back neatly so I can actually find it when I need it. Some days I finish in 10 minutes. Other days I take my time, maybe while having a cup of tea and listening to the radio. And here is the thing. Because it is such a small space, it never feels like too much. You can even do it while sitting down if your energy is low. I have seen this method transform homes in just a few weeks. A drawer in the kitchen, a drawer in the bedroom, a drawer in the bathroom, and before long, the whole house feels lighter and more organized, and you never once had to face the pressure of doing it all in one exhausting day. The 1 drawer a day method is not about speed or perfection. It is about creating steady, gentle progress that fits your life as it is now. Over time, those small victories add up to something amazing. A home that feels peaceful, welcoming, and truly yours. Tip number 3, the laundry basket sweep. This method is one of my favorites for making a space look instantly better without spending hours cleaning. I call it the laundry basket sweep, and it is exactly what it sounds like. You start with 1 empty laundry basket, or any large basket or tote you have. Then you walk through your house and collect everything that is out of place. Shoes left by the door, a mug on the coffee table, yesterday's mail on the armchair, a scarf tossed over the back of a chair. Anything that does not belong in that spot goes into the basket. The key here is speed. You are not making decisions about each item just yet. You are simply gathering the clutter into one place. This is what makes the laundry basket sweep so powerful. It removes the mess from your sight quickly, giving the whole room a calmer, cleaner look right away. Once your basket is full, or once you have gone through the rooms you want to tidy, then you take a few minutes to put each item back where it belongs. This way, You are not running back and forth for every single thing, which wastes time and energy. Instead, you return items in batches. Kitchen things go to the kitchen, bedroom things to the bedroom, and so on. I remember one afternoon when my granddaughter was coming over unexpectedly. I had about 15 minutes before she arrived, and the living room looked like a small storm had passed through. I grabbed a laundry basket and did a quick sweep. In less than 10 minutes, the room looked welcoming and open again. I even had time to make some tea before she walked in the door. This method is also wonderful if you want a quick mood boost. Sometimes, when I feel a little stuck or low energy, I will put on a song I love and challenge myself to finish my sweep before the song ends. It turns tidying into a little game, and I end up feeling more cheerful when I am done. You can make it social. 2. If you live with someone, give them their own basket and see who can collect the most items in 5 minutes. It can be surprisingly fun, and it gets the job done faster. The laundry basket sweep is not about perfection. It is about creating quick wins that make you feel good and keep you motivated. When your home looks calmer, your mind feels calmer too. And sometimes, that is all the encouragement you need to take the next step in your decluttering journey. Tip number 4, the 10-minute music cleanup. Well, there are days when the very thought of cleaning feels heavy. You look around and see the dishes on the counter, the blanket tossed on the couch, the stack of mail on the table, and you think, I do not have the energy for this today. That is exactly when the 10-minute music cleanup can change everything. Here is how it works. You pick a favorite song or playlist, set a timer for 10 minutes, and do as much tidying as you can before the time is up. That is it. 10 minutes. You are not committing to a whole afternoon. You are simply giving yourself a short burst of energy, guided by music you love. The secret is in the music. It makes your body want to move. It takes your focus away from the chore and turns it into a rhythm, almost like dancing with your cleaning supplies. For me, Motown hits work wonders. Songs like Ain't No Mountain High Enough or My Girl. For you, it might be an Elvis tune, a Beatles classic, a little jazz, or even something newer that makes you smile. When I use this method, I start by picking one area, maybe the kitchen counters, the living room coffee table, or the entryway where shoes and bags tend to pile up. Once the music starts, I move quickly, putting things back where they belong, tossing trash, stacking books, folding blankets. I do not stop to overthink or plan. I just keep moving with the beat. I remember one rainy evening when my energy was low, but the living room felt messy. I told myself, just 10 minutes. I put on Dancing in the Street, grabbed a basket for stray items, and started. By the time the song ended, the coffee table was clear, the magazines were neatly stacked, and the throw pillows were back in place. I felt a little more in control and a lot more cheerful. This method works because 10 minutes feels doable. You know you will be done soon, so it is easier to start. The music gives you a sense of fun and keeps you from getting distracted. And because you focus on one area at a time, you can actually see a difference when you finish. That visual progress is a mood booster all by itself. You can even make it a habit. Do it once in the morning to start the day with a tidy space, or in the evening as a quick reset before bed. If you live with someone, do it together. Set the timer, put on a song you both enjoy, and see how much you can accomplish before the music stops. Over time, you might be surprised at how these small bursts keep your home consistently tidy without ever feeling like you had to push yourself too hard. 10 minutes, a little music, and you end up with not just a cleaner home, but also a lighter heart. Tip number 5, the Keep Toss Donate box. You know, one of the biggest reasons we hold on to clutter is decision fatigue. You pick up an item and your mind starts racing. Should I keep it? Should I throw it away? Maybe I should give it to someone. But what if I need it later? Before you know it, you have spent 15 minutes holding one old sweater, and the rest of the room still looks the same. That is where the Keep, Toss, Donate box comes in. It is a simple, clear system that takes the guesswork out of decluttering and keeps you moving forward without feeling stuck. Here is how you set it up. Find a medium-sized box or 3 separate containers, bins, baskets, or even sturdy grocery bags. Clearly label them with 3 categories: keep, toss, and donate. The labels are important because they remind you to make a decision right away instead of putting it off for later. The keep section is for items you use regularly or that truly bring you joy. Think of your favorite mug, the cozy sweater you wear every winter, or the photo frame that makes you smile every time you see it. The toss section is for anything broken, expired, or worn out beyond repair. Old makeup past its safe date, cracked plastic containers, socks with holes. These belong here. The donate section is for items still in good condition that you no longer use. This could be books you have already read, clothes that no longer fit, kitchen gadgets you never touch, or decorative pieces that no longer match your style. These are the things that could make someone else's life better. I keep my Keep, Toss, Donate box in a place I pass by often, near the entryway or in the corner of the living room. Throughout the week, as I notice things I no longer need, I drop them into the right section. This way, decluttering becomes part of my daily life instead of a big, exhausting event. I remember one winter, I decided to challenge myself to fill the donate section completely by the end of the month. I started with scarves and hats I had not worn in years, then moved on to handbags that just sat in the closet, and finally to extra kitchenware, taking up cabinet space. By the end, I had 2 large bags to take to the donation center. When I dropped them off, I felt lighter, not just because my home had more space, but because I knew those items could bring comfort or joy to someone else. This method also makes cleaning up after events easier. After the holidays, for example, I go through decorations, serving dishes, and gifts I received, but no, I will not use. Instead of shoving them into storage, I put them straight into the donate section for someone else to enjoy next year. The beauty of the Keep, Toss, Donate box is that it removes hesitation. You do not spend energy thinking, what if? You simply place the item in the right spot and move on. That momentum builds over time. And before long, you will notice your home feels lighter and more organized without a huge effort. And here is the part I love most. Every item you donate has the potential to make a real difference for someone else. Your clutter becomes their blessing. You are not just cleaning your home. You are passing on kindness, one item at a time. Tip number 6, the evening reset routine. There is something magical about waking up to a tidy home. The sunlight comes in, the counters are clear, the floor is open, and the whole day feels easier. But for many of us, mornings can feel chaotic. Dirty dishes from the night before, piles of mail on the counter, the blanket still on the couch from last night's movie. That is where the evening reset routine comes in. The idea is simple. Spend a few minutes each evening putting your home back in order, so when you wake up, you start the day fresh. Think of it like hitting the reset button before you go to bed. It does not have to be a long process. In fact, the shorter and simpler it is, the more likely you are to keep it going. Well, here is how I like to do it. About 30 minutes before bedtime, I do a quick walkthrough of the main areas of the house. I pick up anything that is out of place and return it to its home. I might fold the throw blanket on the couch, stack any magazines neatly, rinse and load the dishes into the dishwasher, and wipe the kitchen counters. I take out any trash that is full and straighten the pillows on the chairs. You do not have to do everything at once. Focus on the areas that will make the biggest difference for you in the morning. For me, that is the kitchen. Nothing makes my day start smoother than walking in to make coffee and seeing clean counters and an empty sink. For you, it might be clearing the dining table, tidying the entryway, or putting away laundry. The secret to the evening reset is that it is not about deep cleaning. It is about resetting your space so it feels ready for tomorrow. Just 10 to 15 minutes can make a world of difference. I remember when I first started doing this, I was surprised at how much it changed my mornings. Instead of feeling behind before I even had breakfast, I felt ahead. My home felt peaceful, and I had more mental energy for the day. This routine is also a wonderful way to wind down. I like to put on soft music while I do it, something calming that signals to my mind, the day is done. It becomes a gentle, almost meditative ritual. If you live with someone, you can make it a shared activity. Spend 5 minutes each in different rooms. Then meet back in the living room and enjoy a cup of tea together before bed. Over time, the evening reset routine becomes second nature. You will find that your home stays tidier without big weekend cleaning marathons. And more importantly, you will wake up to a space that supports your peace of mind, setting the tone for a calmer, happier day ahead. Tip number 7, the Declutter Buddy System. Decluttering can feel like a lonely job, especially if you live by yourself. You start with the best intentions, but after a few minutes, you lose motivation or get distracted. That is why I love the Declutter Buddy System. It turns tidying into a social, encouraging experience, and it makes the whole process more enjoyable. Here is the idea. You choose a friend, family member, or even a neighbor to be your decluttering buddy. You do not have to clean the same space together, but you commit to working at the same time and checking in with each other. It can be in person, over the phone, or even through video chat. For example, you might call your buddy and say, "Let's each spend 20 minutes decluttering today. Call me when you are done." You set your timers, get to work in your own homes, and then check back in to share what you accomplished. That simple accountability can be a big motivator. Okay, I once did this with my sister who lives 3 states away. We scheduled a Saturday morning declutter date on video call. She worked on her pantry while I tackled my linen closet. Every few minutes, we showed each other our progress. We laughed, gave each other encouragement, and even held up items to get the other's opinion. Should I keep this or let it go? By the end, we both felt lighter, and we had turned a boring chore into a warm memory. The beauty of the buddy system is that it provides both motivation and companionship. When someone is expecting you to follow through, you are more likely to start and keep going. And when you share your wins, no matter how small, they feel more rewarding. If you prefer in-person support, invite a friend over for a short session and offer to return the favor at their place. You can bring some music, make a pot of tea, and turn it into a pleasant afternoon together. The Declutter Buddy system is about more than just cleaning. It is about connection. As we get older, finding ways to share our time and experiences becomes even more valuable. This method keeps you productive while also strengthening relationships. So the next time you feel unmotivated to tidy up, reach out to your buddy. You might find that the best way to clear your home and your mind is with a little help from a friend. Bringing it all together. So there you have it. 7 of the easiest, gentlest ways to declutter without exhausting yourself. Let's quickly recap. First, the 5-5-5 rule, where you spend 5 minutes, choose 5 items, and focus on 5 spots. Second, the 1 drawer a day method, small victories that add up over time. Third, the laundry basket sweep for instant, visible results. Fourth, the 10-minute music cleanup, where your favorite song becomes your motivation. Fifth, the keep, toss, donate box to make quick, confident decisions. Sixth, the evening reset routine so you wake up to a peaceful, ready home. And 7th, the Declutter Buddy system, because everything feels lighter when you do it with a friend. Remember, Decluttering is not about perfection or impressing anyone. It is about creating a home that feels calm, welcoming, and supportive for the life you are living now. Every small step you take, every drawer you organize, every item you let go of, brings you closer to that feeling. I want to remind you, it does not matter how much you do today. What matters is that you start. Even if you only try one of these tips, you are moving forward, and that forward motion is how change happens. So here is my invitation to you. Pick one method from today's video and try it before the day ends. See how it feels, and then come back and tell me in the comments which one you chose and what difference it made. Your story might inspire someone else to begin. You deserve a home that feels like a place of rest and joy. And I promise, with these gentle steps, you can create it without stress, without exhaustion, and with a little bit of fun along the way. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you leave here feeling lighter, more hopeful, and ready to start. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your home, and keep making space for the moments that truly matter.